Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we'll be talking about why it's such a hot time for mergers and acquisitions. We'll be talking to an industry expert just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed...
Burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, if you remember more than a year ago, during the height of COVID, everything just froze. People who were thinking about doing deals just were paralyzed by fear just to see how things were going to sort out. Well, it turned out to be one of the best years ever for mergers and acquisitions. To talk about that today, Henry Ennis. He is the managing partner of Trident M&A Advisors. Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, Jeff, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So we were talking off camera. You were frankly surprised that 2020 turned out to be such a good year.
You know, it was kind of crazy. The year started off very well, very hopeful. We had 2 deals scheduled to close in the second quarter. Well, of course, everything seized up and stopped moving forward. Those deals actually came back in the fourth quarter, and we actually closed 2 deals, both of them on December 30th, with a total enterprise value of about $52 million. So for my firm, it was the best year we've had, and sort of comical that it turned out that way.
Yeah, and you were telling me that you started during a pretty grim time, 2008.
Yeah.
What was that like?
So my background's always been in corporate finance, and so I started Trident. I'd had many years of M&A experience at a publicly held company, and I started Trident in 2008, right in the middle of the financial crisis. So those are some pretty lean years, but we looked at anything and everything back then. And yeah, you know, if you fast forward to where we are today, we're a pretty focused and disciplined investment banking firm. Our clients are in the lower middle market, which are typically $10 to $100 million in revenue. You know, we spend some time with onboarding our clients because we're not a volume shop. We truly want to onboard clients we think we can get to close. So that's the ultimate in M&A, is getting to close. So, you know, we've been blessed beyond measure, and it's also a good thing to be in Texas in this business as well.
Absolutely. Well, we found a great overview video of your firm. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
As a business owner, are you at a crossroads? Is now the time to consider taking some chips off the table through a sale of your business or recapitalization? If you do explore selling your business, are the market conditions favorable? The good news is that Trident can help. Meet Henry Ennis. He founded Trident M&A Advisors in 2008. Back then, we were all facing financial uncertainty, much like we are today. Trident M&A Advisors has a long and successful record of working with business owners to answer these and the hundreds of other questions you will have. For us, M&A is a relationship business, not just a transaction, because we understand that your business is your life's work. Trident M&A Advisors is a boutique investment banking consulting firm based in Dallas, Texas, with offices in the Southeast and the Midwest. We represent business owners who want to explore strategic options for their businesses. We are your quarterback. This could be the sale of all or a part of the business, resulting in a significant liquidity event for you. Are you ready to scale back, maybe pass the business on to the next generation or the management team, or take on a financial partner? Trident can help with the entire spectrum of sell-side and buy-side possibilities. If you're not ready to sell but see opportunistic market conditions, we could organize a buy-side campaign to grow your business by acquisitions. you buy your competitors or a complementary business. What does it take to prepare, market, and close a transaction? This is all Trident does, so we bring a disciplined and professional approach to deal making. Don't try to do it alone or with someone who has a day job. Leave every detail to the Trident team. Showing a buyer that you've engaged a professional M&A firm demonstrates your seriousness to get the deal done. Buyers appreciate a tight process, and it pays off in valuation, structure and terms, and time to close. Who buys a company like yours? Private equity groups, strategic buyers, investment groups, family offices, competitors. A buyer or investor like the ones just mentioned develop an investment thesis to financially and operationally support strong management teams. The goal is to grow the business faster than maybe you could do it yourself. It is a real partnership. Trident has strong relationships with many of the middle market PEGs, and our deals often get fast-tracked to their investment committees. The day of closing is sometimes an emotional event for our clients. The culmination of your life's work is realized. Whether you want to ease into retirement or take a reduced role in the firm, fund a favorite philanthropic interest, or maybe establish generational wealth for your family, you did it.
That was a great video. It seems like this process is very mysterious to a lot of business owners. And you really demystify it for them, don't you?
Well, we try to, because all of our clients are very successful business men and women, and but most of them have never done a sell-side transaction. So there's tons of detail. We want them still running the business and making sure it's hitting on all cylinders, so that when we bring buyers in, there's no fall off in the performance of the company. So yeah, we actually take clients from getting them ready. In some cases, we have to recast financials, tighten up on different management aspects of it. Then we make the market, and what we mean by that is we have relationships with over 150 private equities throughout the country, and that are interested in certain types of companies. So we'll reach out to them, we'll invite them to learn more about the client, and then go through the very detailed process of getting them to close. We're
going to put up a slide so people can see that your focus is really, you talk about everything from soup to nuts here, don't you?
Well, pretty much. The couple of things we don't really focus on is real estate, because you need a real estate credentials for that, and some hospitality. But otherwise, we call ourselves a generalist shop. We've looked at everything from a reality TV show to a healthcare to technology. And that's one of the reasons I love my job, is because every day is, it's something different and it's something new. So it's not mundane at all. So, and it's a great time if you're a business owner to consider if now's the time to sell.
Do you find yourself being a therapist sometimes? Because when you're selling a company or acquiring a company, it can be emotional, right?
Well, one of our words in our tagline is relationships, and it is, because you become very, very intimate with the family in the sense. I mean, I've been invited to birthday parties, weddings, what have you, because these are family businesses that have evolved to successful enterprises. And, I had one client one night, we were trying to work through a P&L, and Henry, I forgot to take my blood pressure medicine today. And it was kind of just some of those kinds of things that make it the human touch to it.
You were telling me a great story before we started about a business owner you worked with in Waco.
Right. So we have had 3 clients in Waco, and this particular client is in the healthcare space and very successful. And we worked with him. He highly educated and talented businessman, and we worked with him to take him through the process. And that was actually one of the deals that we closed on December 30th. And it was a successful engagement. I had dinner with him a couple of weeks ago, and they said some very, very nice things about our firm, and offered to be a reference or testimonial if we ever need it. So
That's wonderful.
yeah, it's very satisfying. The other thing is you become friends with these people. I got a client I closed about 2 or 3 years ago. I don't see him that often, but we kind of have a standing date. We go to the drag races in Ennis once a year.
That's really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Now I got to ask you, you said the drag race in Ennis. Now, is that named after your family?
No, sadly, sometimes I claim it when it's to my advantage, but sadly, no. I think our roots are somewhere in Ireland.
Okay.
So
well, you've been a great guest, Henry. We're going to have you back soon. We're going to end with the website. It's tridentm-a.com.
Right.
Henry, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Jeff, thanks for having me.
You bet.
Thank you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.